I'm a DJ boy, going to Dcentral, making NFT, from the DeFi, being crypto poor but JPay rich.
So without further ado, let me start bringing these guys out. The guy with the big head up there, the big baby head. That's Crypto Rice. Get out here, Rice. Hello, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys coming out. I was here yesterday moderating one of the first panels. My name is Chris Rice. You can check out my channel everywhere on social media. You can find me at Rice TVX. I appreciate you guys coming out. The guy with the glowing forearms up here, these big baseball forearms. This is Seth Estrada, better known as MineYour.Biz. Get out here, Seth. He's going to be taping you guys. Inception with that camera, brother. Give me your mic.
Oh, hi, my name is Seth. I run MineYour.Biz. I'm a privacy advocate and full-time cryptocurrency educator. And we're doing favorite drinks also? I really like water. Never goes out of style.
He likes to do push-ups. Can you give us 10 right now?
I mean, I don't know if I should.
Yeah, we should. Let's do it. Push-ups.
Okay.
Look at these forms at work. Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do one more. Do 11. Okay, you're done. Get out of here. Get out of here. Hey, and Seth, put that thing behind you so you're not blocking this person. All right, coming up next. Woo! This man is the voice of our generation. He's also the voice of Meta Money and sometimes BitBoy Crypto. J-Chains, get out here.
Let's go. What's up, Austin, Texas? How we doing? My name is J-Chains. My mom and my wife call me Justin. I got a channel called Meta Money. We talk all about Web3, NFTs. I love being a DJ and lazy hats in the crowd. Meme NFT here. Daniel Makata, how you doing, my brother? Hey, it's good to see you guys. Love y'all. I'm not doing push-ups.
No, I'm not going to make you push it. This guy might do push-ups. He doesn't have to because he's a former professional athlete. But also, now deep into the crypto space, MOONDADDY, come out here. Yeah, MOONDADDY.
Good afternoon, everybody. MOONDADDY, a.k.a. Rameel Connor. I founded the MOONWALKERS project, and also I create crypto content for YouTube. So, pleasure to see everyone here, and don't make too much noise, all right?
Cool shirt. I dig that shirt, man. All right, who should I bring out next? Who we have left? We got 2 people left. I'm going to bring out the one that I probably like the most out of all this panel. The lovely Crypto Wendy O, the largest female influencer in the space. Woo!
Is this on? I think we have someone else back there, too.
Yeah, but they're not my favorite person.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm everybody's favorite person. Just kidding. Anyways, I go by Crypto Wendy O. I'm a mom, first off, and I like to talk about crypto, NFTs, Web3, all of that really cool shit because it matters, and it's important to be able to bring that really tech-heavy information to people who might not understand it, because guess what? I'm not super tech-heavy. Like, I'm able to just figure things out. But, yeah, thanks for having me, and, yeah, fun. Yeah. All
right, coming up next, we got the heart of Detroit, heart of steel country, Crypto Blood. And when you look at his shirt, you're going to know why he calls himself a blood.
I'm not a Crip. I'm not a blood. I'm Crypto
That shirt says otherwise. Oh, I ruined his joke. Say something cool.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for joining. I am the founder of CBTV. I'm a quant trader. Been in FX for 15 years, so I'm glad to be on this panel. We're going to talk about morality, and I think all of us here are very honest with our content, so I'm excited to see.
Let's go.
I'm watching this screen. Oh, who's that? Oh, God. Oh, that's right. Tom Crown is going to infiltrate the panel today. Come out here, Tom Crown. Yeah. It's like a computer virus.
What's up? I'm Tom Crown. Nice to be here. Adam didn't forget me. Thank you.
That was a terrible one. Stand up and give a better one. Explain why you're wearing those glasses.
Can I introduce Tom?
Yes.
So Tom is a really good friend of mine, and he comes on my channel often, but he's a pretty dope trader. You guys should probably subscribe to his channel because he does a lot of cool stuff there.
My heart. Thank you, Wendy.
Tom Crown's maybe the fastest growing TA channel on YouTube. Expect them to rival the Ben Cowens and Crypto Jebs of the world very, very quickly.
Or
Happy to have you on.
CryptoFace. He could rival CryptoFace. Come on.
CryptoFace will be here.
CryptoFace was supposed to be on this panel. I replaced him with Tom Crown, actually. So he's on his way there. All right, guys. I have no seat. It's okay. I like to walk around. So this is morality of a Web3 educator. Basically, being the front lines of mass adoption education for general societies, like normal human beings, you're faced with a lot of conflicts. You got people who come to you that really don't know anything about the space, and they're trying to, figure it out and get themselves. A lot of people want to get themselves out of poverty. Other people want to secure their retirement. The first thing I got to ask you is when you set up your channel, you create your theme, you decide the type of education you're going to provide to the audience, how much does the audience influence that? Let's start with Crypto Blood.
For me, it doesn't influence at all. I've been in space since 2013, and I've seen the ups and downs. I've seen, I think, like 6 different bear and bull markets. So, I'm coming to the space and, giving content to those who want to watch me. I'm giving them my opinion, my experience, and that's what it's about. They're not coming to hear what I think I want them to hear. They're coming to hear what I'm going to tell them from experience, and they can take it or leave it.
So the people who find you, they come to you for your own personalities.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're confident
and
that
they're
the people...
trusting in us that we're going to give them an honest opinion.
J Chains, anything to add?
No, I think that's the most important thing is you come to the channel for not financial advice because that's what we preach on every single video, right? This is not financial advice. This is, my buddy likes to say, it's friendly opinion, right? I can only give you as much information as I know, and then you just take that information, use that as part of your research, and then move forward on your own journey.
Right. When I first started my channel, I was trying to get involved in the whole education game, and I had a anarcho-capitalist anarchy mindset, really trying to educate people about what anarchy and voluntarism is. And when I started restructuring and doing things in my channel, I try to stay really true to who I am, so I don't really try to let the other stuff influence me. I have a lot bigger of a positive message that I'm trying to share with my channel. And so I don't really try to take my subscriber or audience into consideration with that. And I think that's one of the things that people who check out my channel find value in, is that I'm not trying to appease anybody. I'm 47 years old. I've lived, for me, a pretty nice life. I've had experienced a lot of things, and I'm ready to take a stand for the things that I believe in and really try to make a positive difference, make a positive impact on this world, and be the change that I want to see. And that's one of the reasons why I do things the way that I do. And I'm also covering extremely large amounts of controversial content, dealing with lots of censorship and shadow banning. It's just been insane.
Right. So what makes you want to have a positive content, a positive impact? You started your channel and you're saying that you want to positively influence for good. What drives you to do that?
The world, the state of the world today, the state of humanity, where we are. It's at a point where we need to evolve, and in order for us to really do that, we have to individually be that example. So that's what I personally try to do, is try to walk a really strong walk. I'm very transparent. I wear my heart on the sleeve. I try to be a glass house because I want to be like Eminem on 8 Mile on that last verse. What else? What are you going to say about me that I haven't already said about myself? And a lot of people, try to wear masks and personas and things like that. And I don't even, nothing against anybody on the panel, but I despise the word influencer.
Content creator.
Same.
Wendy, why do you despise the word influencer?
Because I don't want to influence anybody to do anything. Well, actually, I do want to influence all of you in this room and everybody in the world to utilize critical thinking, to take different pieces of information from different sources, to take that, to see what resonates with you, to see what makes sense, and then come up with your own opinion that you derived. And I think the biggest problem that we see as a global issue is misinformation, or people taking different pieces of or taking one source of information saying, oh, well, so-and-so said this, so it's true. No. That's not how it works. Every single human being in this room, they have different ways that they process information, and that's what makes us unique and beautiful. My life experiences are going to be different than yours, different than yours, and that's okay. So I think it's important to take those pieces of information and influence yourself and come up with something that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, if you sit and you listen to somebody else, you understand their perspective, their point of view, it could be multiple different sources, it's going to make you into a better person, and you're not going to feel the same way as the masses about stuff, and that's okay to think outside the box.
Woo! Clap, yeah, clap.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. So being yourself, Seth, you don't really have a gimmick. You're just mind your biz. You're just a push-up loving, croc falling off the shoe. Dad
scored 10 out of 10. He's not wearing
he's
New Balance.
ready.
Crocs and socks.
And
that's
socks.
like that's new level.
Sports mode. Sports mode.
We're
in high traction mode.
Do you think it's important that your own personal personality shines through to the audience so they form a connection to you, as opposed to being, I don't know, crypto tomato or something?
Adam, that's the only thing literally the only thing that matters. Moving forward, AI will replace every manual job that we've ever known. Maybe not in our lifetime, maybe not in our children's lifetime, but AI will replace all manual labor. The only thing that matters at all in the future is you being you. So how am I going to do any less than that? How am I going to do any different than that? I have to present something that somebody somewhere will feel a connection with. That's all that matters.
MOONDADDY, how do you connect to your audience?
Sure. So this has been a great, I love what everyone's saying. Being authentic and genuine was definitely the focus of, me creating my channel. I'm the baby kind of in regards to content creators, but being authentic was exactly what I wanted. I watch everyone's videos here and other crypto influencers / creators, and I wanted to create my channel for something I wanted to watch, right? I wanted to be completely genuine. I wanted to be not a hype person, right? To create content that has information that allows people to make an informed decision. That's really what I think is important. Not all the hype, right? You're going to be a billionaire next week. It's more so, hey, invest what you can, I hate to say it's cliche, afford to lose, but it's more invest what you're comfortable with, and you don't need to pay, your rent or buy groceries, right? So being authentic, genuine, and actually educating people on how to invest and when to invest and, when to take profits, DCA and things like that. So just being authentic.
With people being authentic too, we've got a really great panel up here of people that are being authentic, and I think that really shows, when you're not trying to be something that you truly aren't. So having that naturalness, it can be appealing for other people, and that's why all the various different personalities that we have up here, we're able to individually reach different kinds of people, and collectively we get to reach everybody. And that's one of the also great points. Now, we mentioned not letting my audience or viewers influence what I do with my content, but at the same time, with the morality issue, I have a responsibility to the people that are watching my content too as well, to just be as honest with that and not throw out the fluff information. So I do take the people that watch my videos in consideration with those things, but just not the direction. One thing that I just did recently, 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Janice McAfee. I've been helping to train her, coach her.
Explain who Janice McAfee is.
Janice McAfee is the wife of John McAfee. And John McAfee, some might know, passed away almost a year ago. And his body still hasn't been released from the Spanish authorities, and we're trying to bring some international attention to that. There are some content creators, influencers who don't want to interview someone like that because it is controversial. But those are the things that I don't really care about. Up till from middle of 2020 until February 7th of this year, my channel has maintained at least one strike, if not two, right on the border of losing it. And since February 7th, I've been able to not have a strike and still putting out some of the most controversial content, but just learning how to play a better game of chess with the whole system. But we all have that responsibility to the people that watch our videos. I've seen people cover projects with big channels with small market cap coins and swing markets. And there is a big responsibility that comes into that with the morality of the things that we do.
Like Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. What I've basically heard as a general theme up here is that you guys have a responsibility to be authentic to yourself and to your audience. They know they're not coming there and getting a fake persona that maybe has some ulterior motives. You have to be yourself to connect to your audience. But you also mentioned YouTube, They are a big, huge company. We can talk about their morality forever. Whether it's good or bad is probably, somewhere deep down gray, maybe towards bad. But you have to balance whether or not my channel's going to get taken down. Am I going to get a strike with this information that I need to get out there? Is there any conflict when having man, I really want to get this information out. That information needs to be out. My audience needs to know it with, man, I might lose my channel if I say this.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll on Wendy here. She has to say the word panorama on her channel when referring to a specific period of recent history here in the United States, so that she doesn't get messed over by YouTube. I've heard that many times.
You can't say the C word.
No, yeah, not that either.
COVID.
Well, it's also too.
It's canned vegetables.
It's not what you say, though. It's a lot of times it's not what you say; it's how you say it. So you can cover the most controversial things. It's the way that you present it as well, and that helps us. The way that you can spin it. And because I had a guy on my channel within the past month who was on the European Parliament who was talking about citizens going to storm the Parliament to hang politicians. And that still is up on my channel, and I was able to maintain not getting a strike through the whole thing. The one thing, too, I also wanted to mention with that John McAfee situation is if you guys would take the time, if you support John McAfee or care about human rights, go on change.org, look for his petition, or you could follow me on Twitter at RiceTVX. Sign and share the petition. We're trying to bring international awareness to that situation.
Can I add one more? Oh, sorry. I wanted to add one more thing about John McAfee. So the thing about him is he kind of got a little bit of a bad rap. People made him look at that he wasn't as good as he was or whatever. But he was John McAfee is a legit OG. And when I say that, that man said, fuck taxes, fuck the Fed, and left. And you'll hear all these people in crypto sit there and say, fuck the taxes, I'm not paying taxes, you're this for telling me to pay taxes. No, motherfucker, then go flee. Go do what you're going to do. He was literally the only person that did that.
That's what I'm saying, and we need to support that.
So, you know what? People will sit up here and da-da-da-da-da, but if you're about it, go be about it.
Wendy.
Walk the walk.
Yes.
When it comes to authenticity, you have to be yourself, but you also have to be entertaining. How do you balance the two together?
You know me very well. I've actually kind of struggled with who, I guess, an online persona. And one of the reasons why, when I was creating content, there was maybe one or two other female content creators that were making content. And they're very scripted, very whatever. I don't come from that background. I don't come from a professional acting background. I'm not a public speaker. So all the stuff that you see me put out there is me talking. And I kind of struggled with that. I'm like, well, do I have to be this uptight woman wearing a suit, whatever it is? And I'm like, you know what? No, because that's not me. I've had a very interesting life prior to crypto, so I'm just myself now. And if people don't like it, I'm probably the nicest person ever, but there's some things that, I can be a little bit petty at times. But it's just me. So what you see up there is what you get, and I just want to keep creating content that's like that, because if I don't do that, then it does a disservice to myself, to my soul, to my daughter, and to my audience also.
J Chains, you're part of the largest crypto channel, the whole BitBoy network, the HIT network. Probably one of the most entertaining channels as well. BitBoy could be a stand-up comedian, in my opinion, but he also has a great knowledge and need to help his audience. Being around that environment, what do you see any conflict in trying to be entertaining and educational? How do you balance the two together?
Well, no. There's no conflict for being who you are. You are, and that's one of the beauty things of what we do, right? So say you don't like my personality, you don't have to watch the show. You can watch it some other times, or you can watch Wendy's channel, So you just be yourself. So there's no conflict there. I think sometimes some of the information that we see or that we get behind the scenes, that's where the conflict may come into play, right? like, you know, we're in this industry. Like someone had said, I think it was either Seth or Rice had said, you know, like there's people that can move markets. Like if we talk about something on one of our channels, like we've seen markets move. And so like knowing information like that, hey, this video is coming out in like 2 weeks, like you have to be very careful about like what we do, what we talk about, what we say, whether it's on our channel because it's different or wherever. So, I mean, that's the biggest conflict that I see, like on a morality level with what we do. It's just the information that we know and when we know it and how it's displayed.
Yeah, one other thing real quick that, you know, on my channel, I try to delineate or differentiate between sponsored content and my own opinion.
And I think everybody on this panel is good for that too, about notating.
Yeah, we are. And I make a clear difference for you, so you know.
Even your thumbnails.
Absolutely. So I think that's important. Because you never know. A lot of these crypto cats out here, I love this crypto, and you think it's their own opinion, and it's actually not. They're getting the bag behind that.
Blood. I'm going to circle back to that. That's a big part of this. But Tom Crown, you've been silent. I haven't been calling on you. I've been calling on Tom. You know he's over there. He's been infiltrating the screen with his big face sometimes.
Tom's cold chilling.
I'm just listening.
And the reason why, so far we talked about being authentic, but everyone has started a channel because they want to help people, and they have a drive to see the world become a better place. How the world becomes a better place, they all have their differing opinions. That's the nuance, but they all want to help people, and they're saying being authentic allows them to do that. And they need to build that trust with their audience. But you also need people to watch you, and sometimes you have to find a way to be authentic and entertaining at the same time to compete. The only person currently on stage with some type of discernible gimmick is indeed Tom Crown. But he does it in such a way that he's still authentic. And I find that very interesting because we've all seen people fail at trying to do gimmicks and they become a character rather than themselves. So Tom, being on the other end of it, how do you make the decisions to work a gimmick into your YouTube channel? How do you maintain it so it is still you, authentic Tom Crown?
That's true. I don't think that authenticity and entertainment are, you know, polar opposites. I think you can be entertaining and not lose any authenticity. Really, for my channel, it came organically. I just wore them one day, and then I didn't wear them, and everyone was like, "Why are you not wearing them? We like those. Wear them." So I did. But my content's very dry if you look at it just on paper. It's very dry. And so I need to cater to the people watching. If they want to learn, I have to keep their attention. And looking at a chart for hours is not really content that people want to watch. Or maybe they do, but I couldn't watch it personally. And so I tried in different ways. I've tried all kinds of different content just to make it more compelling in the sense of keeping attention and keeping people's interest. Because if I want to share my passion with people, they have to watch. Adam said it. If no one's tuning in, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. No one's seeing it. You're not making an impact. So yeah, I don't think that they're really opposites at all. I think it's mostly comes down to intent, what you're doing with it. You know, I'm not wearing these to fool people or, you know, be not even anonymous really. It's just like a thing.
It's so you can close your eyes when Around the Blockchain gets boring.
I told you not to tell anyone about it.
I know your secrets.
It's also because he's hungover from eating too many tacos.
Can you see right now? Really? What color blouse is this?
I'm colorblind. That's
Hey, but you do TA, technical analysis. Can you explain what that is? In terms of YouTube content. In terms of YouTube content.
Yeah, I have actually pivoted on content too for that. Is I've started doing live trades versus just analysis, which I think people have enjoyed. It's more active, it's more engaging, more entertaining. But analysis is really just looking at charts, looking at history and data and trying to draw probabilistic conclusions.
Does anyone else on stage do technical analysis into their channel?
I may or may not have started my channel to do that, so I don't know.
Who doesn't?
I don't, and I stay away from it.
Why do you stay away from it?
Because I don't feel market talk and price talk is not why I'm in crypto. So
Because you're authentic, that's why. Same thing with me. I wouldn't do TA on my channel because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I don't know the patterns, I don't know the charts, I don't know any of that stuff. So why in the world would I broadcast that out to my audience? Because I would be lying to anybody watching the channel. So it's because you're authentic, right? And same with us.
Well, but too, like I'm in crypto for the change, not the cha-ching change. So, for me, that's, helps me as well.
I'm not in it for the tech. I will tell you that.
Yeah. Whereas I'm kind of middle of the road on TA. I'll show a chart, but I don't ever claim to be a technician, and I don't ever talk about specific
I'm
tools.
a technician. My name
You're
is
a technician?
Listen, my name is Cryptodamus, okay? I don't get it wrong ever. Ever.
This
No,
is
but,
it's a meme now. Someone's gonna use this against you. But
Be patient.
It's coming.
Be patient.
It's coming. No, but a lot of guys are all TA masters now in this YouTube space. It just drives me insane. I've been trading, again, for over 15 years. I use nothing more than just support and resistance and trend lines. No MACDs, no oscillators, no nothing. My man.
Shout out to all the naked trading.
But the thing is, you don't get that way until you've been in the game for long enough to figure out. You really don't need much to figure out where the price action is going to come. Because the price action gives you the determination and the direction you're going. So you can figure that out just by the candles.
from my personal opinion, this is probably wrong. You call me out on it, but I feel all the people who are getting into crypto, like the YouTubers who are just popping up, they've been watching BitBoy and Wendy, and they want to do it too. They start with trading, doing the TA or trying to do TA and looking at charts. And my personal opinion on why they do that is because that's what gets the most views the quickest.
The degens, they love it.
They quick it. But is there what I'm hearing from all of you is saying you would never do something you're not comfortable presenting to your audience. That's part of being authentic. So do you ever come into conflict where you feel that you have to talk about something that isn't your wheelhouse? How do you deal with getting information out on something you might not be personally so I don't want to call it, no one here is an expert. I don't want to say expert, but isn't your wheelhouse.
I can, like, for instance, like on our channel, we talk a lot about play-to-earn blockchain games. I am not a gamer, right? I say that all the time. I don't play video games. I just don't have the time for it. But, there's a lot of these games that we have to talk about. So what do? We either have people play them for us and then tell how it goes, or Brian, who's on the channel with me, he'll be the one to play it, right? But
Brian's behind you. He's behind Seth's big shoulder, now behind Tom's face.
Now behind Tom's face. So, so we do have to talk about this stuff. And so, like, I've had to educate myself on some things. So that's part of it, right? Like, I know what an MMORPG is now. Like, you asked me, 6 months ago that was.
What's an MMORPG?
Can I answer that?
Yes.
It's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
There we go. It's
Wow.
like a lot of people playing online video games at one time. I forget what the MMO is, but role-playing game, right? RPG.
Massive.
Thank you. See, so but I say this stuff all the time. So I still am true to to what I represent as myself, and the brand is like, hey, listen, I'm not the gamer side of this. Like, I'm more on the investment side of it. Like, that's where I see my fit. And Brian will play the games, or we've got one of our script writers. Like, he's big into this stuff, so he tests a lot of this stuff out and then writes it into the script for us. So we tell it like it is, and that's the conflict, and that's the resolution for me.
One thing for me too, I'm not a hodler. Like, I don't believe in that hodl mentality, and that's pretty contrarian view for a crypto influencer or whatever you want to call us, because I think hodling means you have no end goal. And what strategy do you use in investment that's the way you go? You have an end goal. So everyone should have an end goal. If it's 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, have that end goal. And so that's, for me, I'm always telling people, take profits on the way up, take profits on the way down, dollar cost average in. These are the things that mentally will keep you sane, because I've been through the hodl phase in 2014 through 16. And I'm like, damn, I should have sold, So for me, that is one of the things I think I stand on. Be balanced in your investment approach.
Well, Adam, also, you're asking about, when you run into something that's not in your wheelhouse. Like I mentioned, I throw a chart on my shows every now and then, But I get to the end of that little segment, and I wind up disclaiming it by typically, if y'all's ears are burning, it's because I'm usually referring my audience to you, because I realize I'm not an expert in that space. So that's the beauty of, like you mentioned before, authenticity. There's somebody else in this space. They're in the fam. I have perfect confidence that my audience will be well taken care of by tuning them in to another channel as well.
And another thing that he said about that's one thing I really like about a lot of the content creators, especially right here, but a lot of the people that we associate with, there is no competition. Like, nobody's trying to one-up another individual. We are all in this together. So I feel like together we're kind of building this trustworthy community. So if you're watching any one of us and we refer to another, it's because we vetted them and we feel that they can represent us, our values that we're not presenting. And so it's really good that we are kind of highlighting other people's channels where our weaknesses are, where we can point towards other directions. And I think that's one of the best things that we've had with building up each other.
MOONDADDY, you're new to the space. You're like you said yourself, as a baby. Do you look at other channels, where they've gone, how they got to where they are, to help build your own brand?
He's Moon Baby.
Moon Baby.
For sure, I've admired everyone on the panel, and also I've referred people to in regards to the TA to Tom's channel. It's just it's what it makes sense, right? And I'm in regards to educating people, newbies and veteran trader investors. In regards to just taking profits on the way up, right? With our token, the MOONWALKER token, we talk about in our Telegram, hey, it's okay to take profits responsibly, and then you're playing with house money. So over the course of the next 3 months, take $50, take $100, and then it's free money as house money. So educating people on that is paramount as well. But to get back to your question, for sure, being a new guy, I watch everyone on this panel and the panel yesterday and other panels, and that's how you learn. You learn your craft and learn kind of how you want to run your content.
When looking at some of the stars here, like Jay Chains and Wendy's down the line there, and you apparently admire Tom. Tom, look at him. You could probably see himself in your glasses. How do you take the strategy, things they're doing right, but also find your own personality to connect with your own audience, possibly an audience that other people aren't connecting with? How do you find your own identity while still following the path of the trailblazers before you?
It's funny for me, when I'm making my content, I'm making it for myself, what I like, right? I like to have some cool music, real low. I have a radio voice, I've heard, people have told me that, so I talk in a certain octave.
Jay Chains, you also have a radio voice, right?
I have a radio face. Let's go.
So just figuring out, what I like personally, once again, being authentic and really helping people. I'm just big on, because I've lost money, right? Setting up wallets and then sending ETH to the wrong chain, stupid shit like that. So I really try to make a focus on helping people and getting, the best tips and advice to not have those pitfalls and issues, as well as just investing, right? And I like what Crypto Blood mentioned. A lot of people will hold and hold and hold, and they could have, not destroyed their portfolio by, taking some profits on the way up. That's important.
I've done that. I've held to zero. That's not fun.
Yeah, it's just not smart.
It's not fun
you take
at all.
profits.
One thing I want to add is on my channel, we talk about something called a moon bag, and it was actually one of my most watched videos on YouTube and TikTok. And a moon bag is when you're up in profit, you remove your initial investment and you remove some profit. So whatever you have left over, you own free and clear. It's house money, like the other gentlemen were saying. And the reason why this is so important, I don't care what project you like. I don't care if it's Bitcoin. I don't care. I don't care what it is. There is risk. The term investment, people don't really dissect that and look at what that means or the definition. When you're investing in something, whether it's time, whether it's money, whatever it is, there's risk there. And you have to analyze that risk. Does it make sense? And I think one of the biggest problems we have in this industry is obviously in public school, we weren't taught about personal finance. We weren't taught to invest. We weren't taught what the term transitory means. We weren't taught all of these things. So it's our responsibility to do so. We're taught, you grow up, you go to college, you get a 9 to 5, you put money in a 401k. When I was putting money in a 401k, I don't know what I was putting my money into. I have no idea because I wasn't taught any of this stuff. So as being an investor, all of us in this room, it's our responsibility to understand what this looks like and to understand the risk and understand what we're putting money into is a risk. So if you're removing your initial investment, your profit, and you have this thing left over called a moon bag, you take that capital and you rinse and repeat. And the biggest thing I see people doing is not have an active trading or investing plan, and that's creating a bullish plan or creating a bearish plan, and something that we all need to do.
Why is that so important that your audience knows that?
Because this is your guys' money you're putting in. It's your money, it's your time, it's your effort. It's what we're all working to achieve financial freedom. We're all working to improve our quality of life, to create something really dope for our kids, for our family members, whatever it is, whatever your hopes and dreams are. And it's your job to do this. Like, we're all humans. Nobody is going to spoon feed you anything. And anybody that tells you and that's promising you gains or you're going to be rich or da-da-da-da-da without working hard towards it, they're full of shit. Like, if you want to make money, you need to work at it. And
Or they're trying to profit off you.
Well, exactly. They're trying to profit off of you. Like, that's simply it. Like, I'll sit here all day and talk to, like, I'll chart coins. My audience wants me to chart. We'll talk about projects, whatever you guys want me to do. But at the same time, it's your responsibility to do better for yourself.
Wendy,
yes.
Is it safe to say that you care about your audience?
I actually do care about my audience. Before I worked in crypto, did this full time, I worked in healthcare. I managed 200 to 300 HIV/AIDS patients monthly to make sure that they did what they're supposed to do, that they got the help that they needed. They saw their doctors, they were going to AA, they were seeing their therapist, whatever it is that they were doing. And it wasn't just a specific group, it was a big, big group of different people. And I do care about people. It was hard for me to leave that job, but I had to. And all of my audience members, even the people that fuck with me online, I still care about them. I still want them to do well, but I'm going to set boundaries.
So content creators, we're not using the word influencer anymore. Content creators have a unique trait. They have the fingers on the pulse of general society. Everyone in here thinks they have the fingers of the pulse, but we're just hanging out with other Bitcoin nerds. We're hanging out with people who've been deep into crypto since 2017. They have the fingers on the pulse of families in middle America. And I know probably a lot of steel workers or the car industry watch Crypto Blood, being from Detroit. You get to see the comments, how people are reacting. You get to watch your audience grow with you. When you watch them comment to you and respond to the things that you are doing, both positive and negatively, how does that impact you going forward? How does it motivate you to continue making content?
The positive stories. That's what keeps you moving forward. When you go to an event like this, when we go to a meetup, when we go anywhere in public and someone say, you changed my life. You know, like listening to you, investing in, like, you know, whether you do your own strategy or whatever it is, when people say to you, watching your channel has changed my life, that's what you get up for every single day at that moving forward. It's like you're changing people's lives. You're helping them create that financial freedom that everybody wants. Let's go is right. Like, it's such a cool movement to be a part of. And yeah, give yourself a hand for being into crypto. Let's go.
Blood, what's like the best comment you gotten from someone who said, hey man, thank you, you changed my life?
Man, I don't know. I don't know off rip. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with Jay Chains on that. Like, the positive comments are great. It's like a dopamine hit, you know, it really keeps us going. The negative comments, man, I go in on them. I shouldn't.
Well, let's touch on that.
They can really just ignore them, I know, but
I do too. I go in hard.
Well, we're getting towards the meat of the panel here. So the negative comments. I guess the most generic thing, and I will ride and die for any one of you guys. I ride and die on at least 5 times a day on someone who comes up to me and has something negative to say about BitBoy, who's dedicated his entire life to helping people.
Shout out to BitBoy.
Gives away a car to a working mother like every Friday. You know, he allows smaller channels onto his big channels, as you were saying, to provide different points of view, things that to connect with audiences that maybe he isn't connecting with. But people, they watch YouTube, they see someone say, hey, token this, token that. Like, every time someone mentions a token, they have to be a scammer. They have to be pushing this bad. They have to be holding this bad. It couldn't possibly be because this thing's in the news or this thing's as this. But there has to be content that goes on a crypto channel. So how do you dumb out all that noise?
So my background, or like with my channel, I started it for proof of work mining. Very, very like nerdy, technical, very fundamental analysis type stuff, and you really have to like get out into the weeds with the technical stuff. Like it's like tech reviewers, or like it's as exciting as watching paint dry. It's, you know, if you like watching videos on how to like change your brakes on your car, then you might like the kind of content that I started with. And these guys, they're DIYers of the like most nerdy degree. And they will say no to you about everything and dig their heels in and tell you you're an idiot and that you're supporting scams, that you're giving airtime to people who are unsafe. And so I dealt with a lot of that, making the transition from doing some initial reviews of crypto projects that showed promise. Because everybody in my audience was saying, like, no, just show us how to change this piece of hardware, and you know, and how to like overclock this processor and undervolt and you know, put it on liquid cooling. They didn't want to hear about other crypto reviews. So I got a lot of that kind of stuff, and some of it seemed substantial from some of them. I had to sift through some of that and say, all right, is there a kernel of truth here? And how do I stay true to these people who trusted me before when I kind of pivot a little bit? So like, I think part of that is maintaining the authenticity and the conversation with an audience and saying, hey, I'm doing something different, and I hear what you're saying, and we're going to keep on, you know, figuring this out together, but there might be some changes around here.
I got a question for you. Why aren't you walking around and asking people to ask us questions and like you did yesterday? I want that. I want that energy.
This is very serious today.
I need that energy.
I'm getting to it, and I guess I'll transition into it right now.
Keep going from here and here, and then
I'll transition to it right now.
So, what do you think about this?
What we've heard. Hold on. Yeah, yesterday was a fun panel. I'll do that now. Hey, what we basically have heard is that to provide good content, you have to care about your audience. It means you have to be authentically yourself. You can't change to be a person that isn't you just to garner views or sponsorship or whatever. There are some bad actors in the space that have painted that pictures, and we've done a pretty good job, I think, of policing them out. But what is your opinion of the bad actors in the space? Blood, as I go into the crowd.
Man, I don't even keep track of the bad actors that do. I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to them. They'll get their day, you know. I just think you should put positive energy out there. Try to be positive and help people and be impactful in a positive way. I said positive like 5 times there. But yeah, that's true. It's true, no doubt.
You're a great host, by the way, Blood. Yep, you're the host now.
Hey, Tom, you love your audience? Say something cool about your audience. Tell them how much they love you.
I love you.
You love them? You love the audience? Why do you love your audience?
Because they have been with me for years, and we've gone through all kinds of shit. Yeah.
It's cool how you get to know your audience too, right? Like the people that engage with you frequently, like you get to know their personalities and like.
I love you, Tom.
Oh. Wow. I love you too.
J Chains, you love your audience. I mean, you've been part of your own channel and the biggest channel, BitBoy Crypto. You're ciphering that into MetaMoney.
Shout out to the Bit Squad. Let's go.
Yeah. Why do you love them so much?
Because it's a family, man. That's why. We've all been together for so long. We've been on this road. I mean, like everyone up on this stage, I think, has kind of gone on this same journey too, right? We've been in the space. The people are so cool. Again, like the stories about lives changing. Like we connect every single day, and we do this for the Bit Squad. We do this for, you know, my MetaMoney community. We do it for, what do you call your community, Wendy? The O-Gang?
I just call my community, sometimes I call them babes.
J Chains is the man.
Thanks, brother. You're the man.
Wendy, you love your audience. Tell them how much you love your audience.
I absolutely adore my audience, because if you're subscribed to my channel, that means that you care about improving your quality of life and you're willing to utilize critical thinking. And I absolutely love to be around people who want to work towards something better. So I'm very, very lucky. I get a lot of really, really terrible comments, like really ugly, nasty stuff. But going through the good stuff, some of the things that people tell me, like the time that they spend to send me emails or to send DMs or a comment, is actually really, really nice. And it makes me feel happy that I have such great support from people globally, which is amazing.
Woo! We love you for paving the way for female influencers.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Rice, you love your audience a lot.
Yeah, I do, and I think time is our most valuable asset. And one of the things with my content, I mean, you might watch a 2-3 hour long interview. That's one of the things that I do a lot is interviews. But when you're going to dedicate that kind of time, and then a lot of stuff that I research, because I'm not just a crypto-centric channel, I cover a lot of freedom and sovereignty related stuff. I'm dealing with a lot of critical thinkers that are watching, so we almost, in a sense, get to decentralize research and share research, and that's really a valuable thing. But the fact that people are going to take time.
Love you, Rice. Thanks for being such an anarchist.
Thank you.
Woo.
Crypto blood. You love your audience in Detroit? You love them?
I'm worldwide, man. What are you talking about? I'm worldwide. Woo. No, I definitely love my audience. Smaller audience, but intimate. They've been with me, a lot of them since the beginning of the channel in 2017. But yeah, it's always good. The good feedback always trumps the negative. You know, you may get a lot of negative comments, but just one will trump all of that. Trump.
Hey, Blood, and there's like, and I don't think we didn't really clarify. There's two kinds of bad comments, right? Like there's the constructive criticism where someone says your lighting sucks, your sound sucks, right? Like that just helps you. But then there's the people like Wendy said that can just be assholes to be an asshole. And you're like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Let me tell you something. The type of comments that I get and the type of things that people say to me, like some of it I won't even.
Hey,
say
Blood, you didn't hear that? He said thanks for keeping it real. Woo,
Hey.
Wendy. Play us off.
Let me finish saying this. This is important.
No, Wendy, play us off.
I think I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, shit.
It was gonna be good.
No,
Adam, you suck, man.
No, the reason... This is actually very important, Adam. You're grounded. One of the reason why I actually stayed making content is because I never thought I would like be a YouTuber, I guess, whatever. But one of the reasons why is because all the shit that people would tell me, I'm strong. I'm very, very strong. I can take a lot of it. But the type of stuff that people tell me, I know that there's people out there, especially other women or people like from other different cultures or backgrounds that might hear this stuff and get really discouraged and feel that they don't belong in the space. But that's some bullshit. Because if somebody's going to tell you something, if it's constructive feedback, that's thank you. If it's constructive feedback, that's cool, whatever. But when you're making threats to people, you're inciting violence, you're saying really, really nasty stuff about their appearance, that's a problem. And I noticed that there's a big discrepancy, and I'm not like a super feminist, but there is a discrepancy of women in the space creating content. I don't know if it's because the way we're spoken to or the way we're treated, but one of the reasons why I stood making content is to make other people mad because my existence upsets some people. And on top of it, I have a 5-year-old daughter, so if mommy gave up and mommy quit, then that's showing her that that's weakness. And we don't do that. We're not weak.
It's also because.
Hey, and that's important. They're not weak. They're very strong. Because when you're a public figure, you are out there. You have to take in all this criticism, but you also get a lot of good. People say, you changed my lives. That was outweighs the bad. That's why they're all here. That's why they love their fans. Why you should all subscribe to Tom Crown, Crypto Blood, Meta Money, Crypto Wendy O, MineYour.Biz, Rice Crypto, and MoonDaddy. Play us off, guys. Let's take a bow.